My name is Eric Hoffmeyer. I'm a professional research assistant. I work in Dr. Li Ping Yu's lab in the Barbara Davis Center, where we do a lot of, it's like a high throughput diagnostic lab. So we handle hundreds of patient samples per day. We have a Hamilton robot that assists us in transferring serum from the vials to our plates so we can continue our experiments. And when I first came in, I noticed that it only had one use for like one protocol. So I have a little techie background, so I took a look at the programming guide and I reworked the existing program so it runs twice as fast. I made some new programs to reflect the new studies that we've got, the new plate designs we have. And last I checked, that hadn't been done in about 5 years since they bought the initial machine. So we went from being able to use it for one specific purpose to 5 or 6 different protocols now, multiple operators, postdocs who are doing different experiments but still need to do that transfer of serum from vials to their plates. So it's really increased the amount that we can use it, which just saves everybody time and headache. The best metric I would say is that the program that I improved, I timed it, and it went from taking about a half hour to run originally down to 13 minutes. And I can only speculate how long it would take to transfer 100 samples by hand versus the 4 minutes it takes the robot to do it. Yeah, it'll do 8 at once, and then pipette it twice, and then dump the tips, and then just go right back to the next 8. So it moves at a pretty good clip. Like, you can probably put the vials in the racks and feed them in as fast as the robot can go. A lot of days we get late deliveries from FedEx or things like that, so there were some days that we were still working by hand late into the afternoon, and the robot now can do that, and we can get those samples processed and in the incubator to sit overnight a lot faster. So it's only contained to our group right now, about 8 people in our lab total. We're a part of a lot of different diabetic trials, like the ASK trial, where we're supposed to have 20,000 Denver Metro samples in the next year. The robot will help out a lot, because otherwise we might have to hire another person to take on that, because it'd be all by hand. The first one came in February. That's where I took the program and cut the time in half, basically. With the new programs, to do kind of new things that they couldn't do before, those came about a month later, so that'd be just early March. They come up to me and they ask, I just need samples pipetted once and I need 15 microliters. Can it do that? Oh yeah, of course. Let me just tweak a few things and crank out a tailor-made program for you. So I came from a biotech startup, figure out, cut down incubation times, things like just make them faster, more robust and efficient. So I kind of come from that background. So that's kind of always in the back of my mind. And as soon as I came to this lab, I noticed that things could be organized a little bit better, some workflows, plate washers, and I saw the robot right away, and I immediately saw how awesome it was. Then we could only use it on certain days when we had this one test to do, and I thought that, that's crazy, and I've done a little programming, so where's the manual? Let me take a look at it and tinker around with it. So that was kind of the inspiration for it. Plus, that ASK study with the 20,000 patients is my project, so I wanted a little help. And then I'm also working on learning more about the sequencing part of it so that I can tell the robot where to go, and that'll allow us to have more flexible plate designs in the future. I would take half of it and save it, but my girlfriend and I are planning our first big vacation together, and we're going to Belize later in the year. And $750 would pretty much cover the airfare for it, so all the other money we've been saving we can just use for hotels and stuff. So it would subsidize, and I've never been out of the country, so subsidize my first international vacation.